Hello everyone. So, I uploaded a video yesterday talking about YouTube's newly implemented AI age verification system here on the platform. And I don't agree with it in any way whatsoever. So, I am making this video to do some research and explain some things about it, but also I'm going to be talking about other things as well. Now, for the big part here, I do have a script prepared. I'm going to be reading off of that. Hopefully it goes well, but even people in my comments think I might have dyslexia, and I've genuinely thought that for quite some time too, so this could go fairly well or this could go very poorly, but I'm going to do my best because I definitely did a little bit of looking things up to get this information. So, apparently from what I heard, based upon the content you watch on the platform, AI will determine if you are under the age of 18 or over. And if you are under, there will be protections. But in my eyes, restrictions on your channel. Those protections, quote unquote protections, which are already applied for users who have told YouTube they're under 18, include showing only non-personalized ads, enabling digital well-being tools by default, including take a break and bedtime reminders, showing reminders about privacy when uploading a video or commenting publicly, minimizing recommendations of videos with content that could be problematic if viewed in repetition, and blocking access to videos that are age-restricted for only viewers 18 and older, determined by YouTube or verified by users. So, let's talk about that. What are non-personalized ads? The answer? Non-personalized ads, NPA, are not based on a user's past behavior. Instead, they use contextual information, including coarse geo-targeting, such as city level, based on current location, content on the current site or app, or current query terms. Now, I'm assuming it means it doesn't showcase ads based upon things meant for older individuals, because from time to time on YouTube, I see ads based upon gambling, alcohol, and other things, even ads based upon marijuana. But alright, I don't view that as the worst thing. Moving on to enabling digital well-being tools by default, including take a break and bedtime reminders. Now, this is stupid. Sure, the take a break tool could be great for younger individuals' mental health, but the bedtime reminders? YouTube, are you trying to act like kids' parents? That is not your job. And as a billion-dollar corporation, you have more important things to focus on. This is not necessary at all, especially if the parents of the children YouTube is attempting to add protections against, restrictions, is already helping their children with those things. The point is, it's not your place to just do those things. And I think that's common sense, but hey, what am I to say? Moving along to showing reminders about privacy when uploading a video or commenting publicly. This one, sure, it makes sense. On my channel, whenever I make live streams or even upload content, there is a lot of kids who mention their age, when I openly encourage them not to. So who knows, this could be beneficial to keep kids safe. I personally am okay with this and completely understanding of it. But moving on to minimizing recommendations of videos with content that could be problematic if viewed in repetition, and blocking access to videos that are age restricted for only viewers 18 and older, determined by YouTube or verified by users. Now, I kinda get it, but let's talk about that. I heard from another YouTuber who made an entire video on this. He basically explained everything perfectly, and that video will be linked in the description below for everyone to check out if you'd like a better explanation on things. like content with people fighting and hurting others, police videos that include violence, and other types of content. I do agree kids online don't need to be exposed to that kind of thing. It's real life stuff that, yes, kids need to learn about, but not witness how it happens or how violent it can be. But also in this other YouTuber's video, he didn't understand where gaming would be affected when it comes to YouTube's new guidelines. And I'm concerned as well, because, let's be honest, kids love video games. They are loads of fun to play, and there's so many different types. But that's where the problem lies. There are video games that are basically rated E for everyone, that have zero violence whatsoever. Then there is games like Apex Legends, Call of Duty, the Resident Evil franchise, Silent Hill, Five Nights at Freddy's. They all aren't exactly the same, but they are based upon horror or being a first-person shooter or a third-person shooter. And I don't know the effects that will linger onto certain games or games as a whole that the AI age verification will put on that. And it's concerning. But I'm going to attempt to be optimistic and hope for things to be better than they may seem. Because I have no clue what YouTube has in store. If the platform will do well and we all are just simply overreacting, or this could be highly detrimental to the platform as a whole. Anything can make or break anything depending on how things go. For creators, YouTube will apply some additional protections, including setting uploads as private by default for anyone, and restricting the ability to earn from gifts on vertical live streams. While the video platform expects the changes to have limited impact for most creators, YouTube noted that some creators may experience a shift in their audience, categorized as teens under 18. This may result in a decrease in ad revenue since we only serve non-personalized ads to those viewers. Now that's a yikes, but let's keep it a buck. My channel has people of all ages who watch my content, and there is a lot of underage people who love the reading content that I put out on my channel. But I, alongside others, don't know how to feel about this because yes, I may be monetized and YouTube is basically my job, but it basically implies if a lot of people are underage who watch your videos, the amount of revenue you receive could just lower. I'm unsure by how much, but I can see why a lot of content creators fear this, because it basically makes it seem like YouTubers' channels could experience a shift in viewership or revenue based upon who watches your videos, and a lot of people put their heart and soul into their content to entertain others. So I see why a lot of people are upset about this, and I am myself, because it all feels highly unnecessary. I don't recall hearing anyone saying, we need AI age verification because this site can't do its job properly and protect kids. No, dude, no one said that. And personally, if they did, I don't think they used their brains all the way or even thought about it properly. Sure, having more people to work on your website and doing the job properly could have been great. But being lazy and using AI when so many people are highly against it is just sad. But also another thing I have to add, because I just thought of this just now, is YouTube also doing this to try to save money? To try to keep more revenue from themselves by taking away viewership from other channels? I don't know, it's just a thought that popped into my head. And if that's the case, that's really sad, YouTube. Because some people put their heart and soul into this content, and they work so much to entertain others, and you're willing to just rip a lot of content creators' hearts out for what appears to be your own personal gain. And I completely understand the backlash. But unfortunately, regardless of the backlash, YouTube won't listen. It's a billion-dollar corporation. Only in their eyes, they view it as a positive thing, when no one else does. YouTube was one of the first platforms to offer experiences designed specifically for young people. And we're proud to, again, be at the forefront of introducing technology that allows us to deliver safety protections while preserving teen privacy. Besser wrote in a blog post. Families trust YouTube to provide a safe and enriching experience, and will continue to invest to protect their ability to explore safely online. Well, look at this load of bullshit. Let's be honest, this is highly inaccurate and not true. Almost every time I talk to people who use YouTube, or families as a whole of people who use YouTube, they just say they can watch what they want. Some kids like horror, so if they enjoy it, well, be it. I only believe people who fully trust YouTube to protect their kids from types of content either don't pay attention or do not focus on their kids. Yeah, I had to say it. It's the parents' job to watch what their kids come across and supervise them. It's not YouTube's job to do a job meant for a parent. Is that understood? No. I thought YouTube would respond like that. Not only this, let's talk about the negatives of this. Some digital rights groups, such as the Electronic Frontier Foundation and the Center for Democracy and Technology, have raised concerns that age verification could infringe on personal privacy and violate First Amendment protections on free speech. Oh yes, privacy. A big one. It feels like YouTube doesn't want people to have privacy. The safe internet as we know it could disappear. How so? Well, YouTube states you can confirm your age if you were affected by the change by using a state-issued ID or a credit card or a selfie. Really? Are you serious? I don't even need to explain this one, but I'm going to regardless. There is a video I came across on my YouTube studio talking about it. And there's this comment, and it is really important to bring up here. It says, also, I noticed your wording. You don't keep the ID or credit card information for advertising purposes. Do you keep it for other purposes then? That seems to be the implication. If so, what are they? And what recourse do users have to get that data deleted? That's a great question. Our information isn't being used for advertisement purposes, so what is the reasoning for it? Simple information gathering? Age information collection? Or is it worse than it seems? I have to agree with the comment that says, whoever came up with this needs to be fired, because they clearly are thinking with their genitals and not their actual head. By the way, this video, dislike bombed like crazy. And a part of me feels like the likes on this video could be botted. But that's just an assumption. But thinking about things, it feels like there is a lack of trust on this platform. Because regardless of the age you put, it's going to detect you based upon what you watch regardless. Good job, Neil. You really know how to run this platform. Obvious sarcasm. To be honest though, I'd rather have Susan back instead of this guy, who clearly knows what's best for the platform. You get the point. There's also a link in the description down below that explains how this is harmful to all users, not just younger ones. Man, if a data breach happens, we're all fucked. Who's going to be responsible? Good old Neil, YouTube's current CEO. And from how I'm looking at this, with how many people are upset about this, he really does not seem to give a shit about what the creators say. And it makes it like he doesn't care about the people who made this platform what it is today. It appears to be for personal gain and company-based gain, and that's it in my eyes. All of this is so stupid. Who thought this could be a good idea? You already know what I'm going to say. Good old Neil, the CEO of YouTube. This really gets on my nerves, though. Not only that, AI is super unreliable, and this will more likely cause heavy amounts of damage to the platform. But who knows? I could be overreacting, and perhaps this will all pass by. But who knows? I do want to protest, but I also don't want to leave my subscribers who are sad about the news in my Discord server hanging. So I'm still going to be here. I genuinely hope this turns out alright, and I know there is a lot more information on this, but other channels talk about it more in depth. So check out other videos talking about it. It'll help you understand this a lot more. Now, that is basically the information that I've gathered when it comes down to this, and it is pretty concerning, especially to a lot of people. There's a lot of people trying to fight it, and I'm definitely in that fight. I 100% believe that this is a terrible decision regardless of whatever anybody in YouTube says, whether it's YouTube CEO, Neil, or Besser, or whatever you really want to call the person who's doing stuff for YouTube. It's a terrible decision. It's an absolutely horrendous decision. When I was a young kid and I started getting into YouTube a lot heavily, I started uploading YouTube videos around the age of 12. Actually, I was 11. I started uploading in 2012 on my dad's account, and I've loved YouTube ever since. So I'm always going to have a soft spot in my heart when it comes down to YouTube. I love this platform to death, and I'm glad I have the opportunity to entertain and do some great things. But it doesn't mean I'm going to stay silent and just simply be like, hey, YouTube, keep doing what you're doing. No matter what you do, you can't do anything wrong. You're the best. No, I personally think this is one of the dumbest things YouTube has done. And I think the backlash that they're receiving is 100% justified. I think that they don't really care for the protections of children online. They care for themselves and they want control. Which is why we can't let this go. A lot of people told me I could basically ignore this and just move on and be like, hey, it's whatever. But it's also like, no, I can't. As someone who's past 100,000 subscribers, I gotta use my platform to at least talk about it once. And this is my opportunity to do so. Now, I do know there's a lot more information when it comes to this, and I do want to research a lot more. So if anyone's honestly interested in the part 2, where I get a little bit more information and try to understand this more, comment down below. But I don't see why anybody would want to when there's so many other very intelligent content creators who've basically spoken on everything down to a T. So, but talking about another situation, because I want to move on from that. I don't know how this is going to affect my channel. I'm pretty positive there's going to be an effect, but I'm also fairly positive that maybe it's not as bad as it seems, but only time can really tell. I'm attempting to keep my head up because I love doing YouTube as a job. I've always had difficulty working actual jobs due to my anxiety, which I've been working on slowly getting over, and I'd say over time, I've been getting better and better to where I feel like I can work an actual job. Like, honestly, I would love to do some part-time work just to get out of the house and do some more stuff. And be able to do YouTube as well so I can have a steady life and I can continue to entertain people and, you know, just have a good time. But with all this happening, all this going on, it's like every year there's always something negative that pops up. And I don't know what the future holds. I don't. There's petitions, and honestly, I'm going to try to get a link to one of the petitions. It'll be in the description. Feel free to donate. Share this video around like wildfire, so hopefully you can get some more people to understand what they're trying to talk about and my genuine opinion on if it's good or not. Which a part of me thinks certain aspects are good, but a huge part of me thinks a lot of it's completely unnecessary and just downright ridiculous. The term YouTube broadcast yourself feels like a memo from the past. Like it's no longer broadcast yourself. It's YouTube. We run the show. You generate the cash. And it's like, Without us, as people, YouTube can't stand on its own 2 feet. And I know YouTube's been around for a long time, and I don't want to abandon YouTube. I don't think this will be the very end. I don't think it'll be the absolutely worst thing. And honestly, I think over time, this is going to be forgotten. Just like the situation with Unity, just like other things that I've talked about in the past. And when I mentioned the Unity thing, I was completely right. Nobody really talks about it anymore. But it seems that the internet is like in this position right now where it's attempting to be heavily censored, whether it's games on Steam or Roblox having the worst time of its life. Because honestly, what I'm hearing about Roblox sucks now. A lot of people are saying the CEO of Roblox is a PDF file because they banned Schlep. Which, yeah, Roblox was 100% in the wrong for doing that. But it's like there's so much shit going on the internet right now. It's hard to find that positivity. But the important thing is that we need to stay strong, keep our heads up, and always remember to use our voices. Because that's why we have them. We have 2 decisions. We can remain silent and just let this happen. Or we can speak. We can use power within our words and work together as people to stop this negativity from happening. Because yeah, like right now, when it comes to like the amount of people, it doesn't feel like it's enough, but it's going up in number over time. If there's enough people working together to end this, then the truth is, YouTube will more likely be forced to listen. The question is, how many people will it take? Will bigger content creators speak out about it? I know Critical did. And I know quite a few others did. But there's other content creators who have yet to even talk about it. Like they're trying to ignore it. And a part of me feels like if they use their words, it could benefit a lot. It can make big changes. But also the social anxiety aspect of it and this and that, I understand at the same time. This whole situation fucking sucks. And I just want to let everyone know that I'm not abandoning anyone on this channel. I'm going to be here unless YouTube does something so bad that it kills the platform. And honestly, I don't think we're at that point yet, but this could definitely be like the tumor in the skin that could evolve into something much worse. But like I said, that's just a theory as of right now. So far, when it comes to YouTube, I can still get on, I can still watch, I can still do this, I can still do that. My videos still appear to get the same amount of views. So I'm not exactly worried about viewership, but I've also never really cared about views like that in the first place. Yeah, views help when it comes to monetization and earning revenue when it comes to the platform as a whole. And as my job, I understand it's important to have views, but I don't think it's the biggest thing. I just enjoy having fun and enjoying myself on this platform. That's what makes it feel like it's the best job ever. But I also know there's other content creators who view things much differently, and it could really be affecting them. It's like, I feel bad. I really sympathize with a lot of content creators who could experience pain from this newly implemented system YouTube has put in about AI age verification. And honestly, I think if YouTube really cares about its people, there's better ways to handle this. There's better ways to take care of this. There's better ways to fix these issues. And I was talking to my grandmother about it, and she said maybe they're just doing it experimentally to see if it works, which could be the truth. But a part of me feels like it's not the truth. I feel like this could be something that sticks. And honestly, from what I've noticed about AI is, yeah, over time, AI is definitely getting better and better, but it's not at the level to overlook the entirety of the United States or the United Kingdom or other countries as a whole. That's millions upon billions of people. And I don't think AI will get the job done. I think, honestly, this could lead to more problems, but I'm going to try to remain positive and hope that this is just a small bump in the road. So, thank you guys for watching. There will be some videos linked in the description, like that one YouTuber that I discussed, where they described everything in better detail. There's going to be the links to the screenshots that I put into the video, the link to that video where there's that comment underneath it where YouTube tries to explain it as a good thing, and it was dislike bombed to hell, which that screenshot was in the video too. But honestly, I don't know what to think right now. I'm going to take a couple days off from here, maybe about 2 to 3. I'm going to play some games. I'm going to enjoy myself, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to try to move on from this, but only time can tell how things will go. So, thanks for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed my opinion on this, discussing this, which I bet a lot of you didn't. There's probably a lot of people watching who have anxiety, and I'm really sorry about that. But the truth of the matter is this is a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big deal, and I think YouTube needs to listen to the people who've made the platform what it is. Because I don't think YouTube understands that we as the people can survive without YouTube and life. Life will just continue. There's always other platforms to watch videos on. There's other ways to keep us entertained. But YouTube refuses to understand that YouTube can't survive without us as people. If this platform suddenly dropped in people, this platform would 404 itself. And it would be a figment of the past. A relic. So YouTube, I don't know if you've seen this video. I don't know if you've came across this. I've attempted to be completely honest and talk about this. But please do what's best for your platform, because what you're doing is not what's best for the platform. That's all I gotta say. Thank you.